Hello. This is Princess Peach Showtime. And NDA, for those of you who are unaware, does not stand for non-disclosure agreement. It stands for no death abuse. And basement percent specifically is we're doing all of the levels in the basement. This is an unofficial speedrunning category. I don't think anyone else really runs it, but I decide to show it off for marathon purposes. So I hear we had a bid war. Can I hear from the hosts which beautiful dress our Peach will be wearing?
Yes. Your beautiful... Oh, sorry.
We're both yes, absolutely.
We were like, yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Princess Peach is wearing the sparkly trans dress today.
Excellent.
That seems to be a favorite. We also have Stella, our little star friend, dressed up in trans colors as well, just so that they can match. And what's super cool about this one is that it's animated, so it flows through the different colors, and I love that. So yeah, I am menacemandz. I speedrun Princess Peach Showtime, and I am joined today by my friend City, who is also part of the Princess Peach speedrunning community. Hello, City.
Hi, menacemandz. I'm cityliteash. I also just go by City for short because that's easier. I've run another non-official category in this game, but just really excited to be here and support menacemandz and just show off this game because it's really, really just perfect for this marathon. So,
yeah, I'm so excited. And of course, like they said, it's Mario Day, so Princess Peach has to have her takeover. And I'm also joined by Princess Peach here as well. That City kindly sent me from the Japan Nintendo store. She's here to say hi too. And so, we will be getting into it right now when we go in through this first door, and that's when time will begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's showtime. So for those of you unaware or haven't played this game, because it is new, it just came out last year, the story is that Peach and her little toad friends decide to go to the theater. They want to see some shows. But unfortunately, the theater got taken over by the villain of this game called Madame Grape. And all of the shows got ruined. And all of their little sour minions took over. And we're here to save the day by taking on the personas of the main characters of each of the plays. So in this example, we are Superhero Peach or Mighty Peach. The translations are a little different. This is one of my favorite costumes. It gives me Big Hero 6 vibes, and I love it. And so these are the little minions that we want to be fighting. And in the basement levels, we are specifically saving the original stars of the show because the basement is where they were imprisoned during the whole rest of the game, because the basement is technically supposed to be like end game, which is why the final boss is also in the basement. And my speculation of where this villain came from, because it's like Madame Grape, is probably because they were going with like a fruit vibe, because it's peach and peaches are sweet, and then we have grape and like sour grapes. That I don't know where else they would have gotten the idea from, but I don't know. But yeah, the outfits are super cool in this game, especially this one. And a little bit in the background here, we will be seeing a character. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. That's so funny.
Did you save him?
I accidentally saved him.
Oh, yay.
Because I was throwing. So that's City's unofficial category, in which in all of the levels, there's a little mustache guy in the background where you get to save him. And I just was throwing the boulders or the meteors, and I just accidentally saved him. I can't even hit him when I'm trying. Like, it takes me so much focus to aim it right, and then I just do it by accident. So it's just a little slower because there's a little animation at the end of the level that lets you know, like, oh, congratulations, you saved him. But that's okay. But yeah, we call that Mr. Mustache percent or Mr. Monopoly percent. So that was really funny that we got to show that by accident.
That's great.
This is the first bit of tech here where we want to keep him on the right. That was actually really perfect because he can run around a lot and we don't want him going all the way over to the left since we need to skedaddle over here on the right. And yeah, this section is a little repetitive. We're just going to be fighting off different waves of the sours while he works on the computer. So now it would be a great time for a couple donations.
Yes, absolutely. Real quick, I just want to go ahead and update everybody. It is now less than $1,000 to get that boss showcase met. We are currently sitting at $2,031 for that out of the $3,000 that we need. That is only $969 to go. I know we can do it, everybody.
I think Jack can do it. We also have $100 from Sharif. Hey, mans, best of the luck from the Barbie speedrunning Discord. We're cheering you on.
Thank you. I love my Barbie fam.
I also have $50 from Corey. Love to see Peach's own game being run at a GDQ event and hope Nintendo makes more Peach games in the future. Also, shout outs to new host Sid. It's awesome to see GDQ bringing in such great and wonderful people into the fold.
Thank you, Corey.
So here we are. We're going to break him out of the orb here. And yeah, that little thing we just got, that is a sparkle gem. It's just like in Mario games when you're collecting stars and levels. That's what it is in this Peach game. They're called sparkle gems, and we're using the power of sparkle to fight things, and that's where we get all of our powers from. And like the purple stuff that you see, they came up with a great creative name for that, and they've called it Darkle because it's evil, dark, and not sparkly, so it's a Darkle. And so now that we freed him, we are going to put our efforts together and we are going to break up some falling debris from the sky. And we get to go into jetpack mode. We're kind of like Iron Man, I guess, in that we get all of our powers from like the technology and the scientists that we saw down there. But yeah, so this is just an auto-scroller section here, so we have time for a couple more donations.
Sure, we have $25 from cityliteash. Let's get that boss showcase for Princess Peach. Can we start a $5 donation train? I agree. I love donation trains. They're my favorite. So if you want to board that train, it is $5 per ticket. Make sure you're getting those donations in, and let's choose that boss showcase so we can get that met. Less than 1,000 to go.
It's really, the bosses are so cool, too. The ones she's picked to do. Like, Light Thing is, just really rhythmic, really cool. Spotlight also has some really cool optimization, so definitely worth seeing.
Yeah, we also do have a train that'll be showing up later because we got to outrun that train. So we'll be outrunning the donation train and we'll be outrunning the cowboy train later. And so this will be the end of this first level when we break that up. And there it is. I love the animations on this. It's beautiful. It's stunning. And I love these little sequences at the end where she does her little power stance. It's so cute. But yeah, that little ribbon that was like on the left, that's from saving the guy earlier. But that's okay. This next level is really interesting. There is, I'm going to attempt a cycle skip, which is really hard to do. I don't know of a ton of runners that actually try this in like their run attempts because it's pretty difficult because you have to time it just right. I was able to get it a few times in practice, so I'm probably going to take a couple minutes here to focus. I mean, I don't need complete silence, but I'm probably just not going to be talking myself. So if the hosts or City want to talk about this level a little bit, feel free.
Yeah, so this is the mermaid level. It's a little bit of a rhythm level. The cycle that she's trying to get, though, is so she can open the clamshell with the mermaid star in it in just one cycle. So it's a little tricky to get. and she's just doing the time with that. And then the little shells come around, and then you get more fish, because you need, I think, all the fish to open.
No, I couldn't get it. See, if they're just slightly
really
off the screen, they don't hear you calling for them, because your singing is moves them in the direction, and if they're just out of earshot, then I guess they can't come. Do fish have ears? They have to, right? They can hear things, or do they have like sonar? I don't know. Donate and let me know. I don't know aquatic facts, apparently. So
That's absolutely a good question that our donors could answer. If you want to donate with your ultimate fish facts, especially during the mermaid section of the run, be sure to let us know.
Yeah, this is probably the shortest level in the basement, because all you have to do is that section there where you free her. Then there's this section where you avoid the debris, and then we'll get to the rhythm section that City was talking about earlier. This is all just on rails for the most part. None of this is really RNG. And so you see the fish are like little musical notes, and so what's going to happen is the fish are going to be coming at us, and we'll have to sing at them, and because some of the notes are longer and shorter, that's where the rhythm aspect comes in. And then we have these beautiful turtles that we get to sing on as stages. I think that's really cute as well. Just the aesthetic of the mermaid levels, I've always really liked. I think it's very cute. It's very fun. And so, yeah, the point here is we're calming the undersea tornadoes with our singing. And so we have this aura around us while we sing, and the fish are going to come at us from different directions. And like I said, it's the same every time. And as we get rid of the different whirlpools, we're getting the sparkle gems. And in a typical run, if you're starting this game from the very beginning, the sparkle gems are actually crucial, because that's how you unlock the doors to the boss levels. So each boss fight requires a certain amount of sparkle gems to enter, and you're spending them as you go along. So in the game, when you're doing the run, you only need a total of 100 sparkle gems throughout the whole run. And so people have mapped out the most efficient ones to get. And then for safety, sometimes you might want to pick up 1 or 2 extra, because there are some levels in this game that can throw you off if you don't do it properly, and you can't start over, so you have to just keep going.
Speaking of adding...
you can
Sorry.
go.
Well, speaking of adding some sparkle, we do have $25 from Corpocracy with no comment. But what I think that's a bunch of $5 tickets, for the train later. Ooh. And if you really want to see that boss showcase incentive, we are about 70% of the way there, and we need to make that happen, everybody. So be sure to get your tickets in. Make sure to get your gemstones ready, tell us your fish facts, and let's make that one happen.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We'll get to see a train later. So everyone, you have to pay your ticket to get on the train. It's going to be a crazy train that we're going to get on later. And so, yeah, this game, as you've been seeing in these levels, just by completing them, they're handing you out these sparkle gems, for free. It's not that hard to get them, but it's very similar, like I said, to a basic Super Mario Bros, getting the stars and stuff. Some of them are hidden, but a lot of them they just give to you. This is Kung Fu Peach. I think she was shown a lot in the trailers. I know that they did a lot of promos with Kung Fu Peach, and she just likes to kick things, and we can ignore most of the enemies in this level, which is nice. These ones, they're going to be coming at us from all sides, and so we want to hit as many as possible here. And then we'll see the ones that we'll see in a second. They give them sticks to defend themselves, and so they usually give me the most trouble, but there we go. I was able to deal with them quite quickly that time. That was probably one of the best. Yeah, that was probably one of my best sections of that. And now we're already here at the end of this level for the final kung fu boss fight. And this character is really interesting. He's in all of the kung fu levels, and he's just been getting stronger and stronger in each room that you go in. And I just love the aesthetic because it knows that we're supposed to be in a theater. So like the villain, he's made out of wood. He is on strings. His beard and stuff are made of yarn. I think it's just aesthetically so cute and so fun and creative. And so, yeah, this is all just like rhythm based as well, where we just have to pick right where the sparkles tell us to. And it's pretty straightforward. And then we got this, switching it up, we got orbs. This is the orb level for sure. It's very orby. And whack. And then we got this guy. And we could probably take one donation while I do this last one.
Absolutely. Real quick, less than $800 to go for that boss showcase. We also have $100 from Vacuum. I'm so sorry. They say less than 3, and I love that. Your donations can just say less than 3. Your donation doesn't have to say anything at all. Just get those donations in, and let's get on board that boss showcase train. You said later it's a cowboy train, right? Mm-hmm. Chat, do with that what you wish. It is a cowboy train.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
We'll be doing a lot of yee and haw. Cowgirl Peach is a fan favorite for sure. I think that was one of the first ones people really wanted to cosplay because this game really encourages cosplay. There's a section in the menu where you can get like full 360s of all of her costumes in this game, so people could actually make great detailed cosplays for all of her outfits, and I think that's really cool that they acknowledge that. And
speaking of that, we actually have a fish fact.
Oh, fish fact.
We do have a fish fact. We have a $15 donation from MK, 3 tickets for the train, and a science fact. Fish ears are internal, not external, but they do exist. Let's go fatales. Thank you for that fish fact.
Thank you.
We learned something today.
That.
I love that. Well, yeah, so I guess I was just out of their internal earshot when I was singing to them earlier, so oh well. But that is the 3rd level down. There are 10 different costumes in Princess Peach Showtime of like the basic levels, and then the boss fight has its own secret special surprise costume. So we are making our way through. This is the detective level. This is probably the most on rails levels in Princess Peach Showtime because it's really cool the first time you play because you're figuring things out. You have to ask people for clues. But once you've done it once, you know the answers. So if you're interested in playing this game blind, I recommend not watching this level just because it'll reveal all the answers. But in the meantime, you could go to the donation page and send us some more tickets for the donation train.
I agree. The best way to avoid spoilers
this is all we do.
donations.
Yeah, this is all we do is just point at people and blame them for things. And that's what's funny about the death abuse version of the run is that since Detective Peach doesn't do anything that's very life-threatening, the only way she loses hearts is by guessing things wrong. And so you can just pick anything here and just accuse it over and over again to get it wrong. And most people like to choose that bird, and we just point at the bird the whole time until like she loses all of her hearts. But
it's a very suspicious
I think that was
bird.
Yeah, it's a very suspicious bird. And I think that was the first iteration of the run. I think now it's actually faster to just play through the whole level instead of like trying to go back and forth with like guessing and accusing and all that stuff. So the puzzle in this room is that we need to hit all of the buttons in order. So like this is 1, and then in the next room we found 2. And then eventually we'll come back. There's 4 in the background there. And what all of these levels are kind of themed around are the other levels that you played previously as this character. So in the first detective level, we were trying to help out a museum, and then the second one, we were like stopping like a bomb, you know, just cool things that Peach does in this game. I think this game is very cool, and it's a good sequel that she's gotten, because I think this is only the second game that she stars in, so we definitely need more games of Peach as the star, because she does a great job. And all of her costumes are super cool. They keep like her little motifs, which I really like her little like blue gem and like her like pearl earrings. Like she has that even in the detective outfit, and I think that's pretty neat too. It's all very creative. And so we're just finishing up this room here. Aha, says Peach. And we'll be moving on. We've now unlocked the door. And of course, we get our little sparkle gem. And we meet our friend from the previous levels, the junior detective. And he has been with us like throughout all of the detective levels to try and help guide us through. And now we need to figure out where the real detective is. So they gave us like some hints as to how to narrow down like who the real detective is. But we just know that it's this one right here, because he need not say anything. Yay. And then we'll make our way over to the next puzzle, which, you know, we don't have any big skips for this game yet, and there's no like big glitches or anything. So I would highly recommend anyone who finds any interest in this game and also likes to find glitches to please find a way for us to skip some of the detective levels, because there's no fast way of doing these little cutscenes, and I would love to find out if there's any way we could exploit some sort of invisible wall, maybe, and get around that. So yeah, right now we're stuck. He takes a picture because both rooms look the same. We need to figure out what the difference is between both rooms and point it out. And we know that it's going to be this one right here. It's a very big magnifying glass. And then we'll be able to make our way to the exit.
Do you have time for a little bit of an update about your incentive?
Of course, go ahead.
We are 76% of the way there. We just have that final push, that 24% push to go. So please get your donations in, chat. We have a $25 donation from Python. There's no one better to show us Princess Peach Showtime GDQ debut than menacemandz. The work she's put into this game is incredible, and her passion for it is unmatched. So proud and love you, heart.
Thank you. That was my fiance. He's watched me play this game so much.
And chat, as a bonus, when we reach that boss showcase, we will also be we're gonna pass $30,000. Total
I want that to happen. Chat, you have to do it. You have to do that for Princess Peach on Mario Day. You can't let this opportunity pass you by. Much like Detective Peach is solving the mystery, we will solve how we get over 30K, I think.
I think so too. Unfortunately, we found out that our companion was a fraud the whole time. So, oh well. And then we just leave him behind. And then we're able to exit. And that's the detective level. So I love this outfit too. The white tights, the big magnifying glass. She's just so slay in all of her outfits. So good.
We love a sleigh.
So true. So what's next? I think is it the cowgirl level already?
I think cowgirl's next, yeah.
It is. So we're getting on
where our
that
train is.
Choo-choo.
Yep, that's right. The donation train. Got to get on it.
You have to get your tickets for the train. We don't want you to just get on the train without a ticket. I don't know if that's allowed, especially not in speedrunning.
Chat, we have to be sure that you do not yee your final haw.
No, you don't want to yaw-hee. You want to yee-haw. And you can only do that with a ticket on the cowboy train.
We have our trusty steed. And I always ask this in marathons that I would love to hear donations of what you would name our horse, because the horse does not have a name. And I feel like the horse needs to be named.
Ooh, I like that. Actually, you know what? Send in your horse names, and I will match the donation of the one that I love the most.
Please do that, because you don't want to be stuck in the desert on a horse with no name.
Exactly.
Good one.
The horse's name was Friday. It's only Monday. So I always say that we're either on a very fast horse or we're chasing a very slow train, because we happen to be going the same speed, if not faster, than this train. But that's what speedrunning is, I guess. We're just that good.
Less than 700 to go.
Come on, y'all.
Get that horse.
And just a little over $100 until we hit 30K.
Please. It'll be so good.
Oh, I always get on the track too early. All right. And we lasso our friend free. And so she's safe now, which is awesome. We love our cowgirl friend. And she's even going to invite us out for a glass of milk. Ooh, I ship it. And so now we have to figure out how we're going to get over this gap. But luckily, our horse is a genius and decides to bring us like a cart for us to ride on. And that is going to be our mode of transportation for the rest of the level. And then it just becomes kind of like an auto-scroller, I would say, where we're yee-hawing our way through. And we have to just stay on the carts and make sure that we don't get knocked off, or that, they will get destroyed, but then they will come back. So it's okay. They won't be gone for long. And then we have to time a jump here. There we go. And then we have another little mustache friend down there who we're going to ignore this time.
Leaving him behind.
Goodbye, friend. And somehow we got 2 of our carts back. And then we can see the train in the background there. But I like these levels because it's all very meant to be distorted. And so the train is on its side and the rails are all over the place. It's so fun. So we probably have time for 2 donations.
Sure. We have $50 from K Duffels. Yeah! Thank you for boarding that train with 10 tickets. 10 tickets, $604 to go until we meet that showcase. Let's go, chat.
That was a quality yeehaw, and I think chat should absolutely get on board with these yeehaws on their cool horse names. We also have some appreciation for Detective Peach. We have $5 from Harvest that says, aha, Detective Peach has discovered my first ever donation. Trans rights, heart. Thank you so much.
now at $599 until we get that showcase.
So close. Let's make it happen. We are
on,
under
y'all.
$100 to 30K. Under 100. Come on, everybody.
Whale sharks. Everyone, when this game first came out, everyone thought that she was saying whale sharks because of her country accent of saying well shucks. And I just think that's funny.
Whale sharks.
Whale sharks.
Should that be the horse's name?
Yeah.
Whale sharks?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Whale sharks.
And if you have a better idea, be sure to put it in with your donation.
All right. It's time for Ninja Peach. This is probably the only character power that has like a real move set, kind of, where there's like a special dash you can do that's like the fastest way of moving. I'm not that great at it. I'm going to attempt it here, where you have to like quickly go back and forth between your dash and your jump. And that's like supposed to be the fastest way of doing it. And we're gonna have to try and maneuver our way through the level without getting caught. And I like to try and do this jump here to get over the wall, but it's a bit of a setup. Do try it one. There we go. Ooh, and I didn't get caught. That's always good.
Oh, nice.
And then we have to try it. We just want to aim for the red guy there. There we go. And then we get to skip all of the rest of the level of that first part there. So that was actually pretty clean for me. Usually when I jump over the wall, I get caught. And then when you get caught, they put you somewhere else, like in the level. It's a designated place. It's like a designated spawn point. And I have a backup for that and it's fine, but I'm really glad I didn't have to do that this time. So that was super cool.
We're less than $600 away from that boss showcase, everybody.
Come on, y'all. It's gonna be so cool. The bosses are like one of my favorite parts of this game. I think they're super creative. Especially the two I'm going to be showing, they have really interesting methods for the speedrun. So I'd love to show them off. And we just jump our way past these friends. And we're going to be surrounded here, and it's going to look pretty overwhelming, but fortunately for us, we only need to hit the two over here. I accidentally hit two more, but that's okay. We didn't have to worry about all of them at least. And then as we jump up here, we are going to be entering another kind of like auto-scroller where we just have to make some careful jumps and maneuvers, because as much as we want to get through this as fast as possible, there's going to be like platforms that will only appear at a certain point. So if we go too fast, we'll like miss it. We'll like outrun it. So I'm gonna be focusing on that. And so hosts, you can take it away with some donations.
Absolutely. Throwing us back a little bit, talking about fish facts. We got kind of a fish fact. We got $10 from Finny Fun. I don't know if fish have ears, but do you know what you call a fish with no eyes? A They did say note the extended shh is mandatory for this joke. Let's get that boss showcase met and get that 30K for NWLC. Look at that, only $29 to go until 30K. Chat, I know you can get that like right now. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's make it happen, like maybe while I'm telling you the next donation. We have $25 from BZ Archer saying, what better name for Peach's horse than Blossom? Good luck rustling up the rest of the sparkles.
Yeah, so that was Ninja Peach. I think that level has some really cool movement, and it's probably the most challenging part of the run are all of the ninja levels. So if anyone's interested in like challenging levels and just want to try out those ones, I highly recommend it. And now we're going on to a fan favorite. This is the ice skating Peach. And the ice skating level is the music I chose for our Frost Vatel's YouTube playlist for all of the amazing music for all of the runs that we've had in the marathon. And I think the ice skating level has the best music. So that's
Can I cut in really quick for a very important announcement? Everybody,
Yes.
we just hit $30,000 raised for the National Women's Law Center. I'm in tears. Thank you so much for doing this during this incredible run on Mario Day, during my first ever shift. This means the world to all of us. Thank you so much for your generosity. We are under $500 away from that boss showcase. If we can make that happen to be the icing on the cake, there's a cake level later, but this is the cake now. And I think we can make it happen. Please keep getting your donations in.
Oh boy, my favorite boss.
I love this boss too.
He's so fun.
He's great.
So he's been in all the ice skating levels as well. And fortunately for us, this is not RNG as opposed to the first two ice skating levels, which are very RNG and can ruin runs. I've had it ruin runs before, but thankfully the third final boss level here does not do that to us. And all we gotta do is just twirl him into oblivion, I guess, is the way I would word how we fight this boss. And we just need to do our special moves here. So the snowflakes are like twirl, and then the little hexagons is jump. And then we freed our friend here, and we'll just make him dizzy here. And he'll be so impressed with our ice skating skills that he'll just disappear. It's amazing.
That was a quality spin.
Oh yeah, and wouldn't you guys be surprised to know that we are about to enter another auto-scroller where we are just going to be making our way through the rest of the level. I guess it's not auto because we do have some more control over it, but we are just going to be skating our way, and we're about to get to the good music, so we can appreciate that once we get into the next space here. Yes. I just, it's so good. I just love the music. And so all we're going to be doing here is ice skating our way out before the world crumbles around us. The only thing that's kind of tricky with this part that I learned the hard way is that you need the ice skating star in order to do any of your moves. And so if you were focused on doing like a twirl to get rid of an enemy, when you have a jump coming up, like right here, and you didn't do it quick enough, she'll just let you fall. She won't be able to prepare the jump for you in time and just fall off the platform. So that's something you need to keep in mind. And we're about to approach the end here. And this beautiful slow-mo. Beautiful. And that is Ice Skating Peach. And a beautiful outfit as well. Beautiful costume for Ice Skating Peach.
Chat, we have so many amazing costumes in this game. I want to know, what's your favorite costume? So send in $5, put it towards a boss showcase, and tell me, what is your favorite costume from this game? Because so far, mine is the ice skating.
That one's pretty good.
It's one of my favorites, definitely. Oh,
kind of matches our dress we're wearing.
Oh, yeah, it does. We're about to get to that icing on the cake that we mentioned earlier in our... I guess they call this pâtissière because we're not really doing a lot of baking, but we get to do icing and that kind of stuff, like decorating cakes. So that's going to be fun. And this outfit is also adorable. I love her hair. It's so cute. This also has a really funny boss in it. And so, yeah, this is probably the longest level in the basement because there's just a ton of unskippable dialogue. where we have the chef there. He's possessing the star, and they've decided to challenge us to a bake-off. And so that is what we're going to do. Her ability is that she can decorate cakes with icing, and she can make cookies, and that's what little Baker Peach here can do. And her little stance, I love it. Just wobbling on both feet. So our challenge here is to decorate a 3-tiered cake faster than the possessed Sparkla here. And luckily, like, again, this is the same every time. We just have to get all of our icing down. And it spins for us, which is nice, but sometimes it doesn't register all of the icing. So there we go. The other baking levels are interesting, especially the first one. With the first one, you can actually just like completely mess up most of the cakes and it'll just accept it, but it only works for that first one. The other ones you actually have to do. Especially the second one is extremely hard. It's like probably one of the hardest levels in the entire game is baking too. But that makes it the most fun in my opinion. So, highly recommend. I just recommend anyone to play this game for yourself. It is a lot of fun to do casually, and if you find that you had fun doing it casually, then try out the speedrun. It's pretty long. The regular non-death abuse run that does the whole game is about 3.5 hours. Death abuse brings it down to a little under 2, I think. But it's still really fun to do. Like I said, especially casually. I need more people to play this game. And because we need another Peach game. If we have more people playing this game, then we can hopefully get another Peach game. And so there's just some dialogue here where she is going to eat the cake. And our cake decorating skills were just so good that it cures her, and she's now back to normal. And she's all super cutesy. And the second half of the level is going to be the cookie baking section. And I think it is a little bit of RNG because we're going to have to rely on the AI to be on our side because we need to be cooking the cookies faster than the chef. And with Peach, she can get assistance from the little characters and make double the amount of cookies. But the problem is that the AI seems to always go for the wrong bowls in which the villain is going to like prevent her from helping us. So there's like a strategic way of like, it's better to make less cookies on your own than wait for the AI to make up its mind, because sometimes it just gets confused and runs back and forth and can't decide what bowl to go to. So we'll do a couple by ourselves and then try to get as much as we can with the assistance, because there's also like a cute little animation where when we make more cookies, we like say yay, and it's super cute.
Speaking of yay, I just wanted to let everybody know that we are still so close to our Boss Showcase incentive, and we're getting closer. So, I don't want to make anybody worry, but, if you tell us maybe the ideal amount of icing that could go on a cake, because I know there's a lot of opinions, like, are you an icing cake person? Are you not? I don't know. Personally, I like when it's good icing. If it's just sugar, not into it. But, get your donations in. Tell me how much icing is good icing on a cake, or, how many cookies are best. Because we're making cookies too, right? And Peach is working really hard.
Oh, no.
And I think we can work hard too.
I'm team, little to no icing.
Yeah, I get that. I don't have a sweet tooth, unfortunately, but if you do, let us know in your donations. Tell us your favorite desserts, ideal icing. Let's make that incentive happen. I want to see those boss battles so bad, and I think you all do too.
She just couldn't make up her mind fast enough. And now, I would have joined you, but she started without me that time.
There's just more time to raise money for the bosses.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And chat,
Thank
we
you.
are over halfway through this run, and we are 84% of the way to get that boss showcase. So those donations need to come in ASAP. So !donate in the chat. Let's get this met. Let's go. I believe in you.
Tell me why oatmeal raisin cookies are good, actually.
I love oatmeal raisin cookies.
They're so good, and I will.
They're the best.
You cannot convince me otherwise. You can try. I don't know. Maybe if we get the boss showcase happening, maybe I will say that they're, I don't know, not good. But you have to convince me. Send in your donations.
You have to convince both of us, actually, because we're on the same side.
We're holding hands. It's really happening. It's happening.
Right, now we're gonna make the mega cookie to win him over and make him believe that our cookies are not just made fast, but they're also made well. Let's see, did we pass? Oh. Our cookies were so good. He couldn't handle it. And that is Baking Peach. We have 2 more regular levels and then the final boss before the basement is through.
Uh-oh. You gotta get those donations, chat. Listen, come on. We really want to hear your favorite type of cookie. This is awesome. I love the energy going on. Make sure you get your donations in for that boss rush. The bosses are so cool. When you told me about them, they are peak.
There.
$454 to go for that. Let's go.
Let's go.
So here we have Sword Fighter Peach. She's finally going to be making her grand appearance because if you were playing the game from the beginning, this level would have been the first one they had you play. So they are going to explain the whole the stars were prisoned here. That's what the basement is for. And so it's kind of like they give the setup of this is weird. This is different than all the other stages because, in the game, they force you to go to this one first. Because I think Sword Fighter Peach was the main outfit they showed when they showed the trailer for this game. And then I think it was also in the demo as well. But yeah, we got to skip all those other bosses. We only need to, not bosses, little enemies. We only needed to do those ones so that we could get past the curtain. And then we're already on to the big baddie boss once we get to this next room.
We have under $450 to go to that boss showcase. Come on, everybody. We're making it happen together.
And so there's the Sword Fighter star. And we are just waiting for the big baddie boss to show up. And I also really like this boss as well. I think the Sword Fighter bosses were really awesome. Because they're like ghosts. And I think that, ghosts in suits of armor, which I think is really cool. There was a Haunted Mansion level for the second Sword Fighter Peach level. And I think that one's one of my favorites.
We have some good donations coming in, and there is some time to read some.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to be doing some dodges here, and that's essentially the whole fight is dodges.
Lovely. We have $50 from Sky. Love Princess Peach Showtime and so hyped for its GDQ debut. How amazing is it that we got new games starring both Princess Peach and Princess Zelda in the same year? Hoping we get the boss showcase incentive. Yes, we are so close. We are under $430 there. That's 85%. Keep those donations coming in.
We also have $10 from Cookie Monster. The objectively correct answer to how many cookies is the best number to have is yes.
I agree.
I also agree.
I agree.
Time for one more?
Go ahead. Yeah, this is just a little cutscene.
Excellent. We have $5 from Corey. Favorite cookie? I'm a simple person. Just give me a box of oatmeal raisin cookies and I'm set for the entire weekend and a happy camper. See, we have oatmeal raisin cookie fans in the chat. I love it.
People.
I love it. You love it. We love it. Let's get that in. We are almost under $400 away. Come on, let's make it happen. We have so little time to go. I think we only have the one more world. I think it's the Thief World.
Yes, we have
and much
World,
like
and the final boss fight, and that's it.
Yeah.
We have to, much like a thief, we should snatch this showcase away from the jaws of defeat and make it happen.
Yeah, the Thief one also has some really cool movement because I think it's a grappling hook is like what we're going to be using to like zip through and go through like on zip lines and like on hooks and like swinging our way through. And what people have found in like the other levels, it's more handy is that you can do some animation canceling with the grappling hook, which is cool. So that you can like land faster and save those frames.
$350 to go.
Come on, y'all. I mean, look at this costume. This is one of the best costumes you've saved for last.
This is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Chat, if you're ready to steal the show, make sure you get your donations in. We are under $350 from that incentive. Let's make it happen.
And so in this level, we essentially just have a set of 4 rooms, which have different sets of puzzles in them so that we can free the Dashing Thief star. So this one, we need to move this door down so that we can get to the lock. And her whole thing is like hacker voice, you know, like she hacks into the system and she's able to unlock things. And that's what Dashing Thief Peach does. Something also cool here is that we don't even have to use the hook sometimes. We can just use our animations to glide our way through. And that's why I love the different movement that this outfit, this costume has. It's very cool. So for these ones, unfortunately, we just kind of have to wait through the cycles here, and then we'll just zip our way out. And then that is the second puzzle room done. We still have 2 more.
2 more puzzles for the master of unlocking Princess Peach.
Yes. And so here, again, we're just going to be gliding through. Now, what's interesting with the Dashing Thief levels is that we have some lasers that we deal with, and some of them we're able to, like, just damage boost through, and it doesn't matter. But others, like that one, we have to wait for because it'll just bounce us back. It won't let us damage boost through, which I don't know who decided which ones we're able to get through and which ones we're not, but lasers have their own physics apparently. So
90% of the way there, $274 to go.
Come on.
We're so close.
A good example of us damage boosting through the lasers is like these ones. I'm just gonna zip through. It doesn't matter. Lasers can't hurt Peach. And we're just going to grapple our way through and unlock the last one here. And then we'll have to make our great escape. Once we unlock him from here. And he's free. And then he will say, yeah, let's get out of here. We got to skedaddle.
Chat, we are 95% of the way there. We are under $150 away. We have lots of support for you. We have $25 from OBS. Peach has always been that girl. She's been our female representation for so long, and she deserves more games. Donating for the boss rush Good luck, mans. Enjoy the run all.
Chat, keep up this pace. Y'all are doing amazing. We are going to get that boss showcase, but we need your help. We cannot do it alone.
We need it now.
Donate in that chat. Let's get it met now.
Chat, take my hand. We got this.
Oops. So yeah, those were examples of lasers that we can't just dash through, and we'll see that in a second as well, in which they want us to hit the button at the same time as the AI, so we just kind of have to sit here and wait. But while we sit here and wait, I just want to say, donate for the women. We need to donate for women, especially Peach, because she is the woman.
Shout out women.
Shout out women.
Donate for boss women.
Yeah, boss women beating bosses. We love a bookended sort of statement, I suppose. Make sure you get your donations in for that. We are all just over $100 away. We can make it happen. Everybody get those donations in.
We're so close. And then we just have the final boss. Come on. We just have the final boss after this.
Chat, you're really stealing the show. Much like Peach here.
I like the little, like, freeze frames. Like, they're so cool. Like, the art on this is just stunning. They did such a great job. And now we get to get into the final boss. And as I said earlier, the final boss is Madame Grape. So that's who we'll be seeing.
Under $75. We have one final boss battle to do it.
And here we go. It's Showtime Grape.
Let's go, chat. We're almost there.
$50 from Anonymous. Boss showcase and more fatales, please. Less than 3.
Yeah. And I'm going to be focusing on the boss, so just keep those donations rolling.
Oh, 99%. We are less than $25 away. If we get $5 tickets to the Boss Rush show, we can make it happen. The showcase, I suppose. You guys can make this happen. Everyone can make this happen. Let's keep it up.
Thank you, Fierce Wolf, for that $50. They say, bosses, please. Smiley face. I agree. Bosses, please.
We have $25 from Hockey Babbler. Peach stole this $25, and I'm not even mad about it. Let's get that showcase.
It's just a lot of mashing for the boss here. Her health bar are the feathers on her back, which I think is super fab. That her costume represents like her health. But yeah, these little guys in front of her protect her from when I'm trying to shoot the sparkle at her. But I think this is called like Sparkle Peach, in which we're like in a god form. We're like Goddess Peach. Oh, there's the hype train I just got hit by.
Oh. Hype train, get those donations in. Oh,
Hype train, we got that boss showcase.
Oh, good.
We did it for women. We did it when Peach was in God mode. Thank everybody so much for that final push towards making this showcase happen. Thank you. This was incredible. Way to go, everybody. Let's everybody round of applause.
That is $3,000 for the National Women Law Center. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yowza! Yowza, that was awesome.
Thank you so much. It's going to be so fun after this. So yeah, we're on the last phase of this cycle.
This one's tough because it's just like everything coming at once. So like the presents, the flames, the train, like everything. They're just trying to hit you.
See, if you hit fast enough, here, we just have one feather left. Come on. There we go.
Oh, got it.
All right. And then this next section, I think we might have a little bit of flashing lights. I mean, there's so much happening in these final boss fights that I like to have the warning, just because there's a lot of lasers. There's a lot of... It's also just like a very visually intense fight. Like, I think it's one of the best looking bosses. Like, it looks so cool. And again, we're in even like more supreme god mode now. And we're just shooting this laser like right at the mask. And that is the way that we're gonna do it. The ideal spot to be is like in this upper right-hand corner. And we have 3 cycles of this, so that was phase 1. And we'll just hit here. And we're able to dodge all of those while still being able to reach the mask. Have her aim over there, and then we'll psych her out. And we should be getting close to the end of this one. There we go. There's phase 2. And then we just have 1 more left here.
It's so pretty how our mask takes damage too. Like,
oh yeah,
just how
like they show it cracking.
Yeah.
Oops.
This is just a really pretty game in general. Like, I've been floored the whole time watching it.
This is also one of my favorite boss designs. I love it. It reminds me of several other bosses I adore, and it's so unique, so wonderful. Plus the dress.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now.
It reminds me of Persona a little bit.
I see FF14. If you know, you know.
I do know. I unfortunately know.
All right.
Thank
We're going to be coming up on time very shortly. Once the orb, the villain orb, explodes, that is going to be time. So I'm just going to be mashing here. Look at the animation. It's so beautiful. So we have to hit it like 3 different phases. And that's time.
GG.
GG.
Nice.
Thank you. And again, beautiful animation with the boss just falling apart. Love it. And yeah, if you want to see how the game looks and the credit scenes, you gotta play it yourself and beat the boss. And it's really cute. I love what they do at the end of the game. It's a cute little reunion with like Peach and the Toads. So you gotta check it out. So I don't really have any setup. I can just go right into doing the bosses if that's all right.
I say go for it. Absolutely.
Please show us the bosses.
Chat $3,000 for this. Thank you again. Let's enjoy these bosses.
Thank you so much. And you get to see other parts of the theater as well, which I think is really cool because there are 5 floors plus the basement. Each floor except for the 5th floor has a boss on it. So this is floor 2, and since this is my 100% save file, everything's all decorated. Like, you can keep playing post-game to decorate the theater. Like, that's so cute and so fun. I love it so much. So this is the first boss. This is Light Fang. As you saw there's like little challenges you can do to earn more currency to do like the decorations and get more costumes. And so I thought it'd be cool to show like little animated sequence here to show you what the animation in the game looks like. I think it is really well done, and I just like the dimension that they give like the boss and Peach, and you see Stella as well. Like, look at Peach, like looks so angry. Stella's all angry. Like, it's so adorable. And they keep the costume that you picked out in the animation sequence, which I think is really cute. So you can be trans and sparkly in the animation. And here's Light Fang. Super cool boss. So the strategy behind this boss fight is run. Run as fast as you can. And because what his ability is that if he catches you, he warps you back in time and sends you back to the beginning of like the platform that you're on. And obviously as a speedrunner, we don't want to be going back in time. So we need to just be moving it and like try not to hesitate. Like you just have to kind of trust your gut and just keep moving. And all of this is all very much straightforward, and as long as you follow like your planned movements, it's pretty easy. But it takes a lot of practice to get like smooth, consistent movement, because if you hesitate just a little bit and you end up in his line of sight, like it can really throw you off. But the main goal is hitting those little like lights, and that is going to be what deals damage to him. So the walls is what protects you from getting caught and hit. And so sometimes he doesn't see you fully and you can get away with sneaking back out. And so this is literally like the end here. Once we hit this last one. And then sparkle up the Darkle. And that's the Light Fang boss.
That was so clean. That was really good.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. And so, yeah, I mean, that's one of the 4 bosses. And then I'll have one more to show to you, which is on floor 4. It's the last boss that you get to fight before the end game. But yeah, and those are like the extra challenges you can do. And I should have shown, you can actually like slide down the railing. Look how fun that is. So now we'll go on to the last boss on floor 4. And this is Spot Lion. And he's pretty easy. When I played him the first time, I didn't understand the mechanics, and I think I spent like a half an hour or something on just this one boss because I did not understand what it was asking me to do, and the fact that I can just do it in a couple minutes now, like I'm really proud of. But the main thing that's difficult is the first segment after this bit. So what he does is he shoot orbs, another orb boss, lots of orbs in this game for all my orb fans, and you just have to shoot them right back. And right here is like the hardest trick in the whole boss fight that I'm going to focus on here. There we go, is you shoot it right as he's like trying to get it out of his mouth. Because otherwise, he makes the room very reflective and it just starts bouncing around everywhere. And we don't want to be chasing that down. And so, this is the second phase. He has 3 phases like a lot of the other bosses. And so there's 1, and then there's 2. And then he'll shoot 1 more in his reflective room. And he does his little scripted movement, so he has some lasers that he likes to shoot out. And then he'll shoot 1 more here for phase 2. And then we have 1 last phase, which in my opinion is the easiest one to do, which is fortunate. And you'll see something that frustrates me and a lot of other runners in the community is that he'll shoot 2 right there, and it looks like we just shot 2 at him and it should count for 2. It doesn't. The 2 that we just shot back at him only counts for 1, so we still have to wait until he shoots 2 more. And I don't know why, because when you do the challenge, it counts for 2, but when you actually are doing the boss fight, it only counts for 1. So, very weird. And once we hit that, then that is the boss. Those were the 2 bosses I wanted to show off.
Incredible work.
And, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you for everyone who watched. We have a really, really great rest of the week for the marathon. I'm really excited to watch everyone else. I'm menacemandz. You can find me on Blue Sky, on Twitch. I try to stream as often as I can. I like to stream other cute pink things, as you can see from my space. I like to speedrun Barbie games, and we heard earlier from my Barbie speedrunning fam. But yeah, that is it for me, and I hope you all raise some more money for the National Women's Law Center. I'm so excited.